If I decided tomorrow that I wanted to get into fishing, I'd probably do what everyone does. I'd open up YouTube and immediately I would find videos about the best spinning reel, the best bait caster, braided lines, and fluorocarbon, and top 10 lists, the best hooks, the best beginner mistakes to avoid. 20 videos later, I would probably know a whole lot more about fishing gear, but I'd probably feel less confident than I did when I knew nothing about it. Because when you're presented with an ocean of information and opinions and arguments for and against things, every small decision turns into a bigger decision, and then another, and then another, and eventually I would just want someone to look me in the eye and say, "Arthur, buy this rod, buy this reel, and just go fishing. That's it. I don't need to create a spreadsheet. I don't need to go down the YouTube rabbit hole. I just want to hear someone say, 'You'll be happy with this. Here, go enjoy it.'" I think we've made buying cameras way too complicated. Part of that is because cameras have gotten more complicated over time, but the bigger part of that is camera YouTube has contributed to that a lot, and that includes me at times. I think that I've contributed to the problem. So today we're going to stop thinking about cameras and just make a decision. No 25-way camera comparison, no "it depends" conclusions, no sponsored pitch. Now, if you are planning on shooting, let's say, professional sports, wildlife, commercial work, or weddings, this is probably not the video for you. This video is for everyone else. If my brother or my neighbor or my best friend asks me, "Arthur, I just want to get a great camera. I don't want to become a camera expert. I just want to be able to go out there, take some great photos and videos of my family, make some memories," this is exactly what I would tell them to buy. If you ask 10 camera YouTubers what the best camera is, you'll probably get 10 different answers. Some people prioritize autofocus. Others prioritize image quality, low light performance. Others want that burst mode shooting where it shoots at 50 frames per second. And none of these answers is wrong. They are just answering different questions. In this video, I'm answering this question. If I wanted one camera to document my life, what would I buy? That means a camera that is small enough to bring, because the perfect camera that you leave at home is worth less than even a poor camera that you constantly have with you. A camera that is simple enough that your spouse or your friend or your mom or your dad can pick up and start recording without asking any questions. A camera that doesn't need 3 accessories to produce great results. Autofocus that you never have to think about, a camera with great video, good photos, a huge lens ecosystem that gives you room to grow if you decide to, and most importantly, I want the kind of camera that, let's say 5 years from now, you are still going to be happy that you purchased. Not because it's the most capable camera out there, but because it's the camera that you use most often. Now, I know what some of you are already thinking, "Arthur, why not just recommend the A6700? And that is a fair question. In a vacuum, as they say, I think it is the better camera. It has a viewfinder, it has a mechanical shutter, it is more capable. If someone came to me and said, "I want to become a photographer," or let's say, "I want photography to be one of my biggest hobbies, what should I buy?" The answer to that question is the Sony A6700. But today I'm not talking to that person. I'm talking to the person who says, "I don't want a new hobby. I already have one. I call it my family." So if I had to recommend one camera to capture vacations, family trips, Christmas morning, birthdays, your kids growing up, the camera I would buy is the Sony ZV-E10 Mark II. Now, before half of you close out of this video because I didn't say the Sony A6700, just hear me out. I don't think that the ZV-E10 II is the better camera. I think it's simply the better camera for this particular job. I think that a lot of times when people are shopping for a camera, they think that they need to get the most capable camera there is because, well, that's better. And sometimes it is better, but many times it isn't. Think of it in car terms. So a Ford F350 dually is more capable than a Toyota Sienna minivan. It can tow more, it can look cool with a lift kit, but that doesn't make it a better family car. It depends on the problem that you are trying to solve. So here's why the ZVE10 II is so good. First, it's small, which means that you will likely take it with you more often. If a camera is too big, it spends more time at home. At least I've noticed that, and I think that most people out there have a similar experience. Second, it's a simple camera. I wanted something that my wife could pick up, even my 7-year-old could pick up, hit the record button and get great footage. I don't have to worry about autofocus modes or accidentally bumping any switches or dials or tweaking this or that to get a great video or a great image. It's a camera that gets out of the way of being a camera. Third, the microphone. Sony put, in my opinion, the best built-in mic that they've ever made into this camera. With most other cameras, you will have to use some sort of shotgun microphone to get this level or use a wireless system. It's just more of a hassle. Did you have fun at Legoland?
Yeah.
Bella, did you have fun?
He just wants to sit somewhere else from us, so Mama's trying to get him.
This camera has Sony's 3-capsule intelligent directional microphone. It's a better sounding mic than you'll find on most alpha bodies, including cameras such as the A6700 and even full-frame cameras. And this little dead cat is perfect. Super low profile, small. I leave it on always, so if we are outside in a windy day like it is right now, I still get nice and clean audio. If you are recording family moments and your son tells you a funny story or your daughter starts to sing, you don't have to set up anything. You don't have to plug in a microphone, power it on, connect it, check your levels. You just hit the record button and it's captured. And while the spec warriors are going to talk about, well, it doesn't have 32-bit float recording, in 20 years when you are watching back these videos with your family and reliving those memories, will anyone actually care? This is really a camera for people who don't want to spend hours synchronizing your audio and editing video. It simply works and it sounds great each and every time. Number 4, it has really impressive electronic stabilization, particularly with the new 16-50 Mark II lens. It's good enough that you don't need to think about buying or bringing a gimbal with you for capturing moments while traveling, for recording yourself handheld. Now, is this the perfect camera? No, it doesn't have a viewfinder, it doesn't have a mechanical shutter, so if photography is going to become a hobby, I would still recommend the A6700. It's more of a camera that you can grow with, but there's one thing that I've realized over the last 15 years of making videos and reading your guys' comments down in the comment section of each and every video. Most of you don't outgrow your camera. You outgrow your excitement. Life gets busy, the kids get older, the vacations come and go, and then you have nothing to photograph. The camera just sits on a drawer. You stop using it. You stop recording the memories. The whole family's in the car, and we're staying.
Ow!
Durability is a 10 out of 10. So far, it has not broken.
And we have coffee. The best.
No one cares about that. And I would much rather see someone use a ZVE10 Mark II every weekend than own the Sony Alpha A9 Mark IV that shoots 42.8 frames per second blackout free, and that camera rarely leaves the house. These cameras do not create memories, but you do if you use them, if you get out there and start to use them. Now, the camera is half of the equation. The lens is the other half. This is the Sigma 10 to 18 millimeter. It is a super compact ultra-wide zoom lens that came out just a couple of years ago. It's sharp, it's small, it's light, and it's easy. It solves problems. When it comes to family photography or life photos or capturing trips or your friends, you are not going to yell, hey, hold on, let me swap to my 35 millimeter and get this moment. No one is going to pause those genuine moments for a lens swap. And if you're walking around Disneyland, there's no time for swapping lenses either. The great thing about wide-angle lenses is that they capture more than just people. They capture where you are, your environment, the cabin, the mountains, if you're in the mountains, the restaurant that you're in, the campsite that you're at, the Christmas tree. When you are capturing memories, you want to see what life looked like, not just the tip of someone's nose captured at f1.2 and nothing else in the photo is remotely visible. This is an easy lens. You don't have to think about it. It can fit large groups of people into the photo easily. You can hold it out handheld and get a good perspective. The autofocus is quick, silent, and accurate, and you can zoom in if you need to. It also has an impressive, very impressive actually, close focusing distance of only 4.6 inches from the sensor, which means you can get super duper close to a subject and capture details that if you were using another lens, you probably couldn't get. It's also a constant f2.8 aperture, which means even if you are out enjoying a night on the town, you can still get solid video and photos in the dark. If it were me, I would stop right there. You have a camera, you have the lens, you have a built-in excellent microphone, get a couple of batteries, a fast SD card, and that is it. Could you go out and buy a cage for it? Yeah, you can get an external monitor for it. Yeah, you can get a giant microphone, an expensive tripod. Yeah, but that's exactly how we got here in the first place. Every single purchase just leads to another purchase. Every accessory is another decision, and therefore, you know, you're spending your weekends researching what you should get and what you should add to your kit instead of just going out and using it. And this is my wife's setup. This is not my camera and not my lens. This is specifically purchased just for her, as she enjoys recording vlogs and trips and shooting videos of our kids. So when I got this camera, I wasn't thinking like a camera reviewer. I didn't care about the camera with the best dynamic range and testing it and comparing it. I was looking and answering really simple questions. What camera will she carry around? Is it easy enough for her to use? Which has good audio? Which has good battery life? Which will still be in her purse 6 months from now? I could have bought any number of cameras and lenses out there, but when I factored in everything, flaws included, this is an easy to use modern camcorder that produces amazing memories. It's light, easy to use, and fits into her purse, so she uses it regularly. I hope you guys grasp what I'm trying to get you guys to take away from this video. I was reading through so many of your guys' comments in my last video, and I think it resonated with a lot of you, and I think it has shifted my mentality quite a bit. I think we have turned buying cameras and lenses and gear into a hobby, and I don't think that it should be. Photography should be the hobby. Documenting your family should be the hobby. Traveling should be the hobby. Living your life should be the hobby. The camera is and will always be simply a tool that lets you remember it. This is not important. What's in front of it is. So if you are the person I described in the beginning of this video, buy the camera, buy the lens. Don't wait for the next Sony announcement or the next Lumix camera where they promise that they finally figured out autofocus. Don't wait for the next rumored perfect camera. Don't spend 5 weekends in a row researching and watching every single video on YouTube about a particular camera. Just buy it and go and live your life. While you are out there thinking and researching and debating down in the comments, there are people out there who are using much worse cameras than this one and are capturing amazing moments in amazing quality. You got to ask yourself, what is more important? 5 years from now, I promise you won't remember what processor your camera had. You won't remember the sensor specs, whether it had OpenGate, 14-bit 4.25 recording. You won't remember if it had 759 autofocus points or only 125 autofocus points, but you will remember the first time that your daughter rode a bike, the family vacation, Christmas morning, camping trips, the ordinary Sunday afternoon that something crazy happened and you captured it on video. The moments that you never planned to remember are usually the ones that you are most grateful that you captured. These are the things that cameras are for. Everything else is just marketing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now stop watching camera videos for at least a little while and go make some real memories. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
I'm gonna get you.